Good morning, all. I'm Cale Smith. I have the honor of serving as your treasurer on the board of directors of FKEC. One of the most important functions of the board of directors is financial oversight of the cooperative's operations. Among other things, the board is in charge of the annual auditing process. The independent auditor we use is Nichols, Cawley & Associates, which also audits a number of other electric co-ops. At the end of 2020, like we do every year, the board asked the auditor to thoroughly review the co-op's books and then report back to us. One of the most important excerpts from the co-op's 2020 financial audit was this statement. In our opinion, the financial statements present fairly in all material aspects the financial position of FKEC. So your board of directors is pleased to report that in spite of COVID-19, our cooperative remains in a solid financial position. Here are a few highlighted numbers from our audited financial statements. On the top line of our operating statement, in 2020, FKEC recorded $85.9 million in revenue. We incurred $79.8 million in expenses, and we earned $2.4 million in margin. From the balance sheet, our total utility plant at the end of 2020 was $155 million. Our equity and debt figures also show how the co-op has supported the growth in those assets over the last 80 years via total equity of $69 million and total long-term debt of $92.6 million. I'd also like to pause here for a minute and acknowledge the outstanding job your management team did with regards to FEMA and particularly the financing of our recovery efforts after Hurricane Irma. In 2020, FKEC received a $7.5 million grant to help protect our transmission line water crossing poles. We were approved for a $9 million claim from FEMA for distribution system repairs. And also late last year, FKEC won a $4 million award from FEMA that reimbursed us for our base camp costs during Hurricane Irma. Receiving that last reimbursement was particularly challenging as it required FKEC to go to arbitration with FEMA, but in the end, the panel of judges ruled decisively in favor of FKEC, resulting in significant additional savings for our members. Finally, the board of directors is also pleased to report that in 2020, FKEC returned $2.5 million to its members in the form of capital credit checks. In an effort to provide some financial help to FKEC members impacted by COVID-19, the board approved the early distribution of those capital credits, sending out refunds in May of last year instead of waiting for the usual month of November. All of which is just one benefit of being a member of the Florida Keys Electric Cooperative.